Hey everybody, it's Allison here with New Little Life. Today, finally, I get to film for you a video on the new Spectra Synergy Gold. I've been waiting for this pump for a long time. I pre-ordered it back on Black Friday, been waiting. Some people got it, I think, but they canceled my order saying that there was some shipping or manufacturing delays or something. They're no longer available for purchase, but some people are getting them through their insurance. They're going to be available soon. Anyway, I was kind of tired of waiting, so I ended up just ordering this from Korea. It's the same pump. It's technically called the Spectra Dual S. Spectra Synergy Gold. Here we go. Okay, so right off the bat, I can tell you I love this pump, love everything about it, except you have to plug it in. Let's plug it in and then we'll play with it. While I'm doing that, I want to show you the back here. It does have a handle in the back, very easy to carry. This is also where the light is. Can you see that? You probably can't tell, but there's 3 different modes there. So it's a really nice, subtle night light there in the back. A lot of the other Spectras have that as well. Okay, so here we go. You plug it in and the screen comes on. Now, the biggest thing that is new about this pump is that it has 2 motors. So you can control the left and the right side independently. So that's awesome. Now, this one does have to be plugged in. You get more power since it has to be plugged in and it doesn't have a battery. So the suction levels go up clear to 15 on this pump, which I'm going to show you. But Spectra does make this little compact dual motor pump. I also ordered this from Korea. I did a couple of tests on this and this does have less suction, the max suction, but it also has 2 motors and it has a battery. This is the compact version. It's not available in the US, I haven't seen yet, but it should be, I would assume, soon. Anyway, I'll do another video on this. You can go check that out. Today we're just talking about the Spectra Synergy Gold. First, I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer and show you how all the controls and everything works. And then after that, I'm gonna talk to you about, do you really need a pump with 2 motors? Who might benefit from this, and kind of my opinion on it. So let me bring you in and we'll check out these controls. Let's dive into the controls of this pump. Okay, so I've got 2 bottles here and then the pump. This little gold bottle came with the other compact one, but I thought it was really pretty, so I'm gonna use that one. They're all the same Spectra parts though. The only thing that was different I noticed than other Spectra pumps was this adapter. That is a little bit different and unique to this pump, so just be aware of that. Okay, so in here is where you plug in whichever side you want. You can obviously just do one side if you want to, just plug in one and then run the motor for that one. We're gonna plug in 2 though, because that's the cool thing about this pump is some of the individualized settings that you can do on each side. So this white one over here is the right and this gold one is the left. The easiest thing for you to watch during this demonstration will be the backflow protectors so you can see what it's doing. So let's go ahead and start with the left. Power button here on the bottom. And then to start it, you just click the L. It does remember the settings that you were on last. So I've cleared this back down to 0 and 0. So that's great. This is in, oh, let me switch you. This is in massage mode. So that first mode that you want to try and stimulate a letdown, you've got the 3 wavy lines here. Vacuum level 1. You can go all the way up to 5. You can also change the cycle speed with this button right in the middle here. So that's the max on both. That's 5 suction and the 5 cycle speed on the massage mode. That's pretty intense. I don't think I would probably do that. I would probably do something like that. Okay, when you feel a letdown, you push this little 3 wavy button and you flip it over into expression mode. Again, you can customize where you want that. It remembered where I had it last time I switched it on, so if you have it set, even when you turn off the pump and back on, it will remember where you're at. Also have 5 different cycle speeds, which is the speed at which it's sucking. You can see on that backflow protector there, it's going a little bit faster now. We'll put it on a real medium one. The vacuum goes all the way up to 15. The website claims that it does 270 mmHg on each side, and that was very consistent with the tests that I ran myself as well. Level 1 is also very, very gentle. Okay, so when I was doing a couple of tests at home on the suction level, when you use a regular pump like the Spectra 1, and I'll be doing a comparison with this in the Spectra 1 on another video, you can check that out. But you do sacrifice some of the pump strength when you double pump on a traditional pump, any pump like that, because you have one motor for two sides. This one you do not, and it was very consistent with that when I ran some tests here at home on the suction. I could get max suction on both sides, which is awesome. Let me show you how this works on both sides. So we're gonna turn that left side on. My left side is my slacker side, so I'm gonna bump that one up. Just do the 9 there. And then to turn on the right, you simply click the R button. You can see here that this one here is barely moving, but it's on level 1. So watch here as I increase the right section. There they are on the exact same mode, but let's bump this left one up all the way. Let's back off this right. You can see that those are doing different things. The cycle speed, though, is the same on both sides. There's no way to control the cycle speed that I've found per side, but that's not a big deal. Really, that suction level is one of the most important things. So you can see this one here is working quite a bit harder than the right, but that's how I've got it set. If you don't like those little beeps when you're moving your buttons, you just need to hold this little 3-wave button for 3 seconds. And it will turn on the mute function. Now when you push the buttons, there's no cute little beep. Personal preference there. This button here on the front is the night light. 3 different modes there. That's really all there is to it. It's an awesome pump. It's pretty standard on the controls like other Spectra pumps, except for that you can control the motors on each side. 2 reasons that's important. One is that you can have the different vacuum styles on each side. So if you have one breast that likes a little bit more and one that maybe doesn't, you can adjust those individually, which is awesome. Second reason that's important is that you're not sacrificing any of the motor strength and power. So you can get a lot higher suction at the same time because there's 2 motors. So you can get the max suction that a pump says when you're using one side, and that's pretty, hopefully typical of every pump if the manufacturer states it right. But once you plug in 2, that max suction comes down. Not with this one though, there's 2 motors. So let's talk about who might need this, why you might want this over a more traditional style pump. Okay. Do I think you need a pump with 2 motors? Here are some scenarios where you might. If you're an exclusive pumper, I think that this would be awesome. If you're pumping for your baby and baby's not feeding at the breast or feeding at the breast very little, I think this could be awesome because you can adjust those double sides. You're going to be very familiar with how you like to pump, which side does better, worse. You're pumping a lot. That's great. My only hesitation for an exclusive pumper would be that you're going to be tied to the wall with this. So this would be awesome for your regular pumping. I would probably have a more portable pump as well for the times when you don't want to be stuck to the wall. Exclusive pumping moms usually always have more than one pump, so that's not shocking to you that I would recommend that. But that would be my go-to. If you're a working mom and you plan to go back to work, I also think this could be a cool option for you if, big if here, portability is not a factor for you. So if you have a desk or you're going to be sitting somewhere private, just sitting and pumping, I do think this would be a cool thing. You're going to be pumping a lot since you're away from your baby quite a bit. And I think having the dual motor option is a really cool thing to just have. Now, if portability is important to you for your job, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you need to pump while you're doing other tasks, I don't think the dual motors is necessarily worth it unless you know that's something that you absolutely need to sacrifice the portability if that's important to you. It really depends on what you do for work, what you want there, you know, kind of a personal choice. This thing does draw quite a bit of power, I would think too, with 2 motors. So I don't know if any of those portable battery packs or anything would work, you know, something to consider there. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you're exclusively breastfeeding your baby and just pumping every once in a while, I actually don't think you need a pump with 2 motors. I think you need something simple, easy to use, that's portable, that you can use for random times when you're out and about. It doesn't necessarily have to do the most 100% job at emptying you because you're mostly breastfeeding your baby. So do you need a pump like this? In my opinion, no. Unless maybe your insurance company covers it, or you want to try it, or you know you've had problems in the past and that dual motor feature is important to you, then go for it. But my honest opinion is probably not, especially if you can get one for free through your insurance company. I would just do that. I always try to be honest and save you guys money and tell you what I really think. So that's my opinion there. I have actually seen some insurance companies covering this pump, so that's awesome. It's definitely an upgrade cost, but if you want to try it, give it a go. I'm going to go film a video on this, comparing it to the Spectra one and also comparing this to that compact pump, so you can check those out if you want. Questions, put them down below. You can also find me on Instagram. I'll be posting lots more stuff about this as I use it more and get to know it better over on Instagram, so definitely follow me over there. And if you want help choosing a breast pump, not only this one, but any pump, go join our Facebook group. It's so fun over there. I do giveaways often because I just can't help myself. And I'd love to chat with you over there. So links are all in the description. We'll see you on the next video.